Hi, I'm Bunny Cakes, and welcome back to my channel. And happy Halloween! It is well into October, and I believe that Halloween starts on October 1st. It's been a while since I made a video. The last time I posted a video on this channel was the day before my surgery, and it is 3 weeks and 1 day since I had my surgery. Um, and everything is going super well. As of today, I am down 24 pounds from my pre-surgery date, which was the week before my surgery. So that day I was 326.8. Today I am 302 pounds. I can definitely see the changes in my body. My sutures look really well. I ended up with 5 sutures. The upper one, it's like right here below my breastbone, it's already completely healed up on the outside. I have one problem child. Almost a week after my surgery, some of the surgical glue came off and it started to leak. And so it is still leaking. I had a scare. I went to the ER. They told me I had an infection. I didn't have an infection. Everything's going fine. My surgery went really well. It only took an hour and a half. And it was kind of like surreal to me. My anesthesiologist looked like a pirate. He had full gold tooth and everything. It was kind of funny. Let's see. The one snafu was that I stayed in patient recovery for like 8 hours because the hospital had a room for me but didn't have a bed for me. And I was pretty much out of it, so I don't remember like hardly anything. But like my family was like royally upset about it because it was ridiculous. But after they got me into my room, like it was super easy getting out of the bed and into my new bed. But let me backtrack a little bit. What I remember is I got on the operating table and the nurse told me to breathe in a little bit and then they would inject me with the anesthesia. And I remember I breathed in twice and then I woke up in patient recovery. And by woke up, I mean like my eyes fluttered open a little bit and I was semi-conscious. And I remember kind of seeing Mace's aunt, and she asked me how I was feeling, and I told her I felt like I got hit by a bus because it felt like somebody had hit me with a sledgehammer in the chest. And I remember the nurse sticking the PAC unit button in my hand and telling me I could press it whenever I wanted to. So I immediately pressed that, and I was conscious again long enough to name it Bob and decide it was my best friend. And I remember waking up every so often and hitting the button. I remember waking up a little bit to like the nurses taking my blood. They decided to take blood out of the back of my hand, and you probably can't see it now, but that little shadow right there is the bruise I still have from where they blew the vein in the back of my hand taking blood. But yeah, my recovery has been really quick. I was about an hour and a half after they got me in my room, I got up and I was walking around, and the nurse didn't tell me like how long to walk around, so I walked around for probably 10 or 15 minutes, and she was checking other rooms, and then she came back and she was like, "Oh my God, you're still up?" And I was like, "You didn't tell me I could go sit down." And and she was like, "Well, you're just overachieving all over the place." And like it was fine. I got to come home the day after surgery. I woke up and they gave me the very first thing I got to put in my mouth was the barium for the upper GI exam. And then about an hour after that, they gave me some vegetable broth and some Jello and some, it was like Gatorade or something like that, but it was like sugar-free. And they had given me an anti-nausea patch on my neck, and by the time I got my food, it was kicking in, so like everything tasted disgusting. And then I got another tray a little while later, and I didn't even touch the broth because the broth tasted nasty to me the first time. So I ate a little bit of Jello, not a whole lot. But I was tolerating food well, and the surgeon came in and talked to me, and he told me that I could go home later that day. And so I was like, okay. So about 5, my surgery was on Monday. About 5 p.m. Tuesday, I was in the car on the way home. The ride home was a little rough because I have a long ride. It wasn't too bad, but we have I was in a minivan, so I was in like the very back seat, so I could stretch out, and so that the ride would be a little easier. And mostly what hurt was trying to talk to the people up front because I had to raise my voice and like I was using my belly to project, and it was painful and it wasn't good. Um, for the 2 days, the first 2 days home, I stayed kind of on the liquid diet because my stomach felt kind of weird. And I slept a whole lot. But then, like, I progressed to my stage 2 diet, and I actually was overachieving again because I thought I was supposed to separate my water and my food intake um, after I went to stage 2, and that wasn't the case. I found out at my 1 week appointment, but I was doing fine. I was getting my protein. I found as long as I get my protein, and especially if I get my protein, like if I get a good dose of protein first thing in the morning, my energy levels are fine. I don't feel really tired. I don't feel really weak. I seem to be losing about a pound a day. Sometimes, like, I'll go a day without losing a pound, but then, like, I'll weigh myself the next day and I'm down 2 pounds. So it's about a pound a day. Everything is going really, really well. It's just a learning experience now. I'm on the stage 3 diet, which is pureed and really soft foods. Um, I have been lucky in that I haven't thrown up at all, but I've been like really particular about that. I am finally starting to really well hit my water intake, which is 64 ounces. I had that the day before yesterday. Yesterday, I got in about 5 cups. Today, I've already gotten a cup, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Mostly, I find that with my water intake, like it depends on when I get up in the day on how much I can get in. I just need to work on sipping. I'm not dehydrated yet. All of my sutures are doing really, really super well. And I'm like getting back to my daily life. I don't have any pain at this point. I didn't really have a whole lot of pain after the first week. Um, and I probably would have been pain free by like a week and a half, except for the day after my 1 week appointment. I had a big sneeze that was unexpected, so I wasn't able to brace myself, and I pulled some of the the sore muscles. Most of my pain, most of my sutures never hurt me whatsoever. I have one big suture on the right side of my belly button, and it's probably about that long. And it's not even at the suture. It feels like it's down under in the muscles. That was really sore. Occasionally now I get like a little twinge here or there, but like I don't need the pain medication. Like when I go out, I take it with me in case I need it. We had a big day the other day where we were out and about shopping and stuff all day long. I took some pain medicine then because like I had been pushing a big heavy grocery cart and I didn't have pain, but I kind of got to that point where I knew it was going to come, so I went ahead and took my medicine. Um, I have another thing I've noticed is the effects of when I take my medicine, and mainly it's the Carafate that I take that helps control like my heartburn and helps coat my stomach and protect the sutures on the inside. Um, I need to take that first thing in the morning, and then with my first 2 meals after that, I need to take it, and then the last dose I need to take right before bed so I don't get heartburn at night. Um, and that's helped a whole lot. I'm getting to where I can sleep flat again. Like I've been sleeping propped up with pillows because at first I noticed like if I would sink down, like I would wake up and it felt like something was up in my throat and like it would be really burning. But I've noticed the last few days, like I've been waking up and I've scooted like all the way almost flat and I've not had any problems. Um, I've been getting all my meds in almost every day. There have been a couple of days where I woke up late and like I had to be finicky with when I took my multivitamin, because I've got to take 2 a day right now. Let's see, there was something else I had just thought of I was gonna say. Um, but yeah, mostly everything has been really good. No real scares. The one suture is still a little weepy, but and my glue is starting to come off. I've got 2 sutures where the glue is almost completely, well, one where it's completely off, and that just looks like an old scar. And then the one over here that's up a little higher, you can't even see it, like over here. Um, it looks like it's completely sealed too, but there's a little bit of glue still on it that's holding some scab on. Um, I've also learned, like I said earlier, I need to get a dose of protein, a good dose of protein first thing in the morning. Um, right now, it seems like if I don't get my protein shake first thing in the morning, not only do I feel groggy from the lack of the protein boost in the morning, but like whatever I do eat, I can't eat a whole lot of. Um, but yeah, I've not, the only food so far that I've come into contact with that I can't handle yet that I've tried is tomato-based products. They're still too acidic. It gives me heartburn, like on a super real level, and I can't handle it. Um, I also found those Hormel protein P3 packs. They started making those where they have, it's got like 3 little cups on the pack, and it's 2 meats and a cheese. When I was out the other day, I got those to eat while I was out because I have to eat every 3 to 3.5 hours. And like those were exactly the perfectly right size for me to eat. And the meat was, it's already cut up a little teeny tiny, and it was the perfect texture and size. Um, oh, I know what the thing was that I forgot. Um, I, for the most part, I have not been able to get 6 meals a day. My diet plan was, says to try to eat 4 to 6 meals a day. And usually I can get about 5, but like, I haven't really ever gotten 6. And I don't feel like I need to. The other really weird thing is I haven't felt hungry since the day of my surgery. And that's really weird. I also didn't ever feel full until I started like eating the soft foods where they're more solid. I can feel that in there. That being said, the line between what full is and what nauseous is really hard to tell for me. Um, I've been getting about 5 to 700 calories on average a day. My FitnessPal app is pretty sure I'm going to die, but like that's all I can get in and feel okay. Like I was mixing a couple of tablespoons of peanut butter into my protein shakes because it tasted really good. Um, but like if I do that more than once a day, like it feels real heavy on my stomach and it's just too much fat and I can't handle it. I am slowly working on eating like more than just one thing during a meal. Like um yesterday for one of my meals I had like some turkey. I had like 3 little lunch meat turkey slices and like half of a string cheese. The tiny amount that I can eat is just it's kind of hilarious. The first solid thing I ate a little bit early. It was one of those little Star-Kissed pouches of tuna. I ate a little over half of it, and that was a little too much, and I gave the rest to my cat. Well, she took the rest of it. I sat my bowl down, I turned my head, I looked over, and her face was in my bowl. So she's decided that whatever tuna I can't eat, she's gonna help me with. So yeah, it's been really good. There's so much more I want to say, but I don't want to make this video too long. So I will try to post another update in the next day or two and tell you some of my funny stories that happened to me at the hospital and that sort of thing, and give you an update of like what kinds of foods I'm eating and more on my progress. So but yeah, I had meant to make a video at like 1 week and at 2 weeks, and I just mostly I have been so busy keeping track of eating and meds and everything, and that I kept going, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow never came. And today I have a few minutes before my day starts, so I decided to sit down and talk about it. Because I needed to eventually, and I figured anybody who's watching my channel and is super curious might be thinking I died, unless they pay attention to my other channel and they see I've been uploading videos just about every day over there. So yeah, thank you for watching. That's my update so far. I will hopefully be back in another day or so and tell you the funny stories about what happened at the hospital and um, that type of thing. So thank you for watching, and remember to be strong, smile when you can, and always take care of yourself.